Guess what? I had a dream. I still have a dream. And guess what? You do too. You have a dream also. I had a dream when I was right before hitting rock bottom. Even when I was at the rock bottom, I had a dream. I had a dream that my life could be so much more. It could be so much more fulfilled. It could be so much more abundant. It could be so much more happier, more love, more joy, more peace. I had a vision for that. I knew that there was things that could absolutely change in my life. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it took me hitting rock bottom to really activate the will, the desire, the mindset, the spirit to get after it and to start bringing my dream into reality. And there is absolutely no way 13 years ago that I thought that this was where I would be. I just knew that there was a better version of me. I knew that there was more to life. And I knew that I wanted to trust myself. And that I was worthy to trust myself. Do you trust yourself? I know that, man, that I was carrying around so much guilt because I didn't feel safe about myself. I couldn't trust myself. And what I specifically mean is that I was so wounded, I was so angry, I was carrying around so much fucking pain that hadn't been processed. That when, someone would upset me or agitate me or trigger me, usually loved ones, man, I'd fucking explode in dumb-ass ways. And that would just leave me feeling worse. And I just know that I couldn't keep doing that. And if you can hear that part of it, hopefully you'll do something about it, because you can. You have a dream. And I love the thought of, MLK. He had a saying, right? If you can't fly, then run. Or if you can't fly, then drive. If you can't drive, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But no matter what, I mean, he was the 1% better everyday guy of guys. Think about it. If you can't crawl, then just no matter what, man, just keep moving forward, was his expression. That was his version of what? 1% better every day. No quit. No days off. Life on life's terms. I know y'all are hearing this shit. And I'm passionate about it because it's the real deal. It's genuine coming from me because I know what it was, man, when I was so fucking hurting. And I know what it is even now when I get hit with some major challenge. Oh, man, it tests the shit out of me. It tests me. It makes me prove that what the fuck I've been through, that what I'm talking, that I'm practicing, what the fuck I'm preaching. All the hypocrites out there, all the people that talk a big game, but still, it's all a facade. It's all a fucking charade. I believe that those types of influencers, those types of peeps are going to have their day of reckoning. It can't just be for hype. It can't just be for likes. It can't just be for popularity, man. People want real value. I know that that's what I desire. I ain't trying to get hyped on no bullshit. And I hear it all the time. I still hear it in the manosphere. It talks about, so many men, like major influencers, get your mind right. Be hard. But there's not really talk about, and it's like the grit and the hustle and the grit and the grind. And it's like, nah, man, get the emotions right? Get your spirit right. and everything else will fall into place. Yeah, you'll be challenged. Yes, you're going to want to have a healthy body. You're going to take care of yourself like never before. There's no question about that. And that's the beautiful thing. When you fully fall into alignment, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, all of those pieces, everything comes together. Everything comes together. When you just focus on one, you just want to, just self-control, grit, hustle, grind, right? It doesn't come together. Yeah, you might get the bag, but fuck. What are you going to do when you're overwhelmed and stressed because now you got a business, now you got all these payrolls and all this shit going on, and it's like you've lost your freedom. You're selling, you're making money, but you're doing it in a way that doesn't even align with your desires. You almost feel like you're trapped. I know a lot of people that have found success, but they're miserable. They're miserable. Because the success was all a money grab. It was just, okay, how can I make money versus what do you love? What is your desire? What is your dream? What is your real dream? If your real dream is, I just want to make money, well, fuck. Aren't you already doing that? Most people have a job, so you're at least making money, but is it enough? Is it fully aligned with your truth? Are you miserable? We're coming into a period of time that it's got to be more. It has to be more meaningful. It has to be more aligned with your true and authentic self. And there lies the biggest opportunity. But it also is the biggest opportunity to give up. Because you got to start doing some soul searching. It's also called self-discovery. Soul searching is self-discovery. And one of the greatest tools you could do for this is writing the shit down. Getting your ideas out of your head and onto the paper so that you can then process and really identify what it is that you want. What do you really want? How do you really want your life to look? And it goes down to every day. What does your everyday look like? What does your perfect day look like? What does the perfect week look like? What does the perfect month look like? What does the perfect year look like? If you don't have any of that put down on paper, you're just flying by the seat of your pants. You think you have it figured out. And what you probably have figured out is everything you don't want. Thus, you're focusing on that, and that is what you're getting more of. This is how it works. That's the law of attraction. When you say you don't want something, you get more of it. It's kind of fucked up like that, ain't it? You're like, damn, man, I don't want that. It's like, well, here's more. Here's more of it. And you have to give yourself permission. It takes giving yourself permission. You don't have to do anything. You get to do these things. You get to do life. You can choose to end your life. That's how much power you have. You'll come back and do it again, right? Respawn. It's literally a thing, right? I really believe it's a thing, right? Respawning. You might come back as you're obviously going to come back a different character on the next go around. But the true essence of your soul is to get to what? This place of transcendence, of doing the soul searching, understanding everything that you're putting yourself through and figuring it out. Figuring out, what do you really want out of this life? What does this life really mean to you? How do you really get fulfillment out of life? Is it about really, really cheering on as hard as you can, jumping up and down for the teams to make the play, the teams to win the big game? Right? Could you imagine? I always say this. Can you imagine if you just put that energy on you? Cheering for you like that? Fuck, man. You're unstoppable if you cheered half. If you're a fan if you put half the energy into your own life that you do into your team or other teams, energy, passion, emotion, right? That electric energy that you're sending to a fucking TV, man. To literally just a projection of something that's happening in a far off place usually, because most of y'all ain't at the game. So you're just looking pretends as if you're there, you're observing, and you're sending tons of energy, which is really draining you of your own life force, which is self-sabotaging because you're distracted. You're just, hey, hello. The focus needs to be on yourself. Look in the mirror. Send half of that energy to yourself. I'm not saying go cold turkey. If you really love the sports, but fuck, put some of that energy back to yourself. I don't know how. I mean, I do know how. I used to be the biggest fucking fanatic. I'm not just fucking talking shit just to chew people up, man. I just know it was, when I was done, and that shit, everything faded. The drink, the smoke, the sports, right? One of the latter things that had to change was the physical. I got with the mental, I did the emotional, the spiritual, and the physical was actually what came later through the process. Albeit, I believe that, you could actually put work in on all those areas simultaneously. But you gotta want it. Martin Luther King Jr., man, he was a 1% better everyday guy. Talking about if you can't fly, then drive. If you can't drive, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But no matter what, you keep going. You get knocked down. You get back up. You dust off. And you keep going. That is the results kill excuses way of life. No days off. Life on life's terms. Staying locked in. No quick fixes. And I know I'm competing against all kinds of sports and entertainment and distractions. And I can just tell you I'm grateful if you really are locking in to this message. You really are responding. Everybody that's been purchasing 1% Better Everyday Journals, thank you. Right, thank you for investing in you first. And clearly, thank you for supporting this channel. I mean, the more of that happens, we make the world a better place. And certainly, I put more and more energy into this, which allows me to develop more and more tools and resources to support people to what? To overcome their suffering. And I said support. Right? I'm not the guy doing the work. You're going to do the work. But I definitely know that with my background, with all my skill set, that I'm able to put together things that help people help themselves in a very fun and engaging way. It's pretty different than a lot of things out there. If you're looking to do the soul searching or the self-discovery, get on the Results Kill Excuses app. Right? Download the app, pick one of the 5 courses that are there for free, print out the worksheets or purchase a workbook. That's an option too. And start looking in the mirror. And then beyond that, you can even just start putting up some posts in the chat room to connect with some like-minded people. Other people that are doing the soul searching too, that are finally ready to do the work. It's a beautiful thing, and it's really where humanity is shifting. I know we want it to either get back to how it used to be. There's a lot of people that really believe in that. I don't even know what that means. If you can figure out what that means, just better times, happier times. Were they really? Was it really happier times, or was that just a perception? Because if you're hurting now, there's a good chance you were hurting then. You just didn't know. You just were less aware of your circumstances at the emotional level. And yet, how do you put that toothpaste back in the tube? If the light has come on, how do you turn it off? How do you ignore that there is work to do? And that this is what really matters, is for you to look at becoming the best version of you. And it doesn't matter what times it is. I'm literally sitting here and it's like, I don't give a shit about last decade, 2 decades, 3, 4. What the fuck does that matter? It's now. All you got is now. Make now the best day of your life. Make now the best moment of your life. Make now the best week of your life. Make now the best month of your life. Make now the best year of your life. Make now the best days of your life from here on out. But how you gonna do it? Figure it out. You need the government to fix your life for you? Fucking that ain't gonna happen. That shit ain't gonna happen. It's all false. You have to fix your life. There are people that are losing right now. There are people that are winning right now. You choose. You choose. What is it that you want? And it's not based on who's in office or how the economy is. It's all your mental state of being, your emotional state of being, your spiritual state of being. Do you wake up every single day with a commitment to say today's the best day ever? I literally write that in my journal every single day, you guys. You want to know the game? Right there. If you get into journaling, every single day I write, today is the best day of my life. Period. And I don't overthink it. I just write, today's the best day of my life. And I also write this, God, show me how incredible it can be. Show me how incredible my life can be. That's it. I write it every single day, every single day, every single day, every single day. More and more and more every single day, every single day. And I don't use intellect and logic and stats to show whether today absolutely was the most incredible day. It's a day of life. It's a day of life. It's a day that I'm conscientious. It's a day I'm sober. It's a day that I'm free. It's a day that I'm making a difference in this world. It's a day that I'm choosing my health, right, over my own self-sabotaging patterns and behaviors of the past. It's a day that I choose to love. It's a day that I choose to be generous. It's a day that I choose to be courageous over scared and afraid. It's a day that I choose to face my fears versus run from my fears. It's a day that I choose to process my emotions versus getting quick temporary pain relief because I'm feeling uncomfortable. It's a day that I choose to embrace the uncomfortable and make that comfortable. What are you choosing? And I do this every doggone day. No days off. There's no days off. There's no need to take a day off. I see all days as the same. This day, that day, this, whatever, it doesn't matter to me. It's a day of life. It is the greatest day because it's all you got. Ain't nobody guaranteed fucking one more minute, one more day, one more week, one more month, one more year. You're not guaranteed it. 186,000 people die every single day. What makes you think that you're going to survive this year? What if this is the year you die? How are you going to treat it? Why not live every day like today is the best day? Not the last, the best Did you hear that? What a reframe, right? See, a lot of people want to incentivize fear. I'm not trying to motivate you with fear. I'm trying to motivate you with love and light and hope and optimism. Did you hear that? Not living like today's the last day. Live it like it's the best fucking day of your life, man. Be filled with joy. Be filled with peace. Be filled with abundance, generosity, kindness, love, joy, peace. Don't treat it like it's the last. Treat it like it's the best. And show up for yourself. Show up for yourself first and watch that cup overflow to everyone else around you. It's the most incredible feeling when you do that. And I'm encouraging you to join me on this mission. Join me on this journey called life. Your life, my life. We all have the same exact purpose. It's to become the best version of ourselves. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for sharing the message. Starting to walk the walk, not just talk the talk, because you know the drill. Results kill excuses, because if it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it. Greg's out.